Nice to meet you.
Reinhardt.
Good to have you on board.
Thank you.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.
What is Overwatch 2? Before we can even talk about the beta, we have to discuss what Overwatch 2 actually is. This is something that I don't see nearly enough people talking about, instead determining that because the original game was a fun, of course competitive-focused multiplayer hero shooter, that the sequel should be judged strictly on that alone. But is that what makes Overwatch 2 a sequel? Is that even what Overwatch 2 is? What even is a sequel? What do we define as being worthy of putting a higher number on the box or store page to advertise to people that something is truly the continuation of its previous game? Is it a new or revised setting with new characters, plots, and an expanded or entirely new universe to discover? Is it new gameplay mechanics that take what you already knew and add new abilities that you can unlock and master? What about taking an entirely new direction where it doesn't even play anything like its predecessor? Is it graphical, animation, and audio enhancements to bring an aging game up to modern standards? Or is it some combination of all of these, working in perfect harmony to create a brand new experience with which to suck the player into the developer's crafted world for hours, for days on end? Sequels aren't always like this. I can think of a couple of examples where a sequel means nothing more than bug fixes, an update's worth of new content, and throwing a number or new subtitle onto the store page. Sometimes they get away with it, other times they do not. Sometimes even taking an idea, an existing franchise, and expanding it in new ways doesn't turn out the way the developer expected, for a variety of reasons. But I believe that we expect something from our sequels. We expect to be able to see, if nothing else, some level of improvement across the board and new features that we have been asking for, potentially for years. Destiny 2 did this, Titanfall 2 accomplished this with outstanding success, and Overwatch 2, well, this isn't Overwatch 2. Just hold on. I see you hovering over the dislike button. I see you prepping to leave if you're a fan of Overwatch. I am too. I love this universe, the lore, the characters, and the amazingly fun and fluid gameplay, so hear me out. This is not me calling for the game to be redone, to be scrapped, or to be changed. This is me stating that this, blatantly, is not Overwatch 2 here in this beta. In 2017, we received a very strange update to Overwatch. It was a seasonal event that, unlike the other seasonal events, featured something that up until then the game had never seen. It was a cooperative archive mission, where you took one of 4 specific heroes and ran them up and down King's Row, doing various basic multiplayer-esque objectives amidst a lot of character interactions and talking. It was generic. It wasn't much to talk about, but in that moment, we weren't playing Overwatch. We were playing the earliest form of Overwatch 2 as a test to see how the community reacted to it. 1 year later, they brought forth a new archive mission, one that had expanded upon the original with some basic cinematics and a much less multiplayer-esque gameplay style. The mission was, as a result, significantly shorter as it took place on a standard multiplayer map, but it actually felt like a regular campaign mission. This early test of Overwatch 2 shaped up even further when the mission the following year introduced dynamic weather and a much larger map, resulting in a longer and even more campaign-like mission, even if it did involve a payload. Whenever the team had something new to test for Overwatch 2, we were among the first to see it, just not in name.
Please welcome Game Director of Overwatch, Jeff Kaplan.
When November 2019 rolled around, Jeff Kaplan took to the stage and presented the first alpha version of Overwatch 2, with an even more in-depth campaign mission to showcase alongside improved graphics, animations, and of course, the new PvP content update. I personally was ecstatic to know we would get a chance to experience the universe of Overwatch through a narrative campaign, and that it was looking as if though Overwatch would truly pull something together to rival the best sequels of recent time. And then everything went quiet. From time to time, basic videos that did little more than remind the world that Overwatch still existed would appear. But for the most part, the game fell completely silent. Jeff Kaplan left Blizzard in April of 2021, and the company came under scandal after scandal, leaving us with no reason to believe the game even existed anymore. Overwatch 2 was gone. And then, out of the dark comes this, a beta for Overwatch 2. A beta without the improved graphics from 2.5 years ago, without even the most basic test mission for the campaign. This was truly just a test for a basic update to Overwatch 1, with almost all of the features that make Overwatch 2 a sequel stripped out. So yes, I'm sorry if it isn't what you wanted to hear, but this isn't Overwatch 2. It's a public test region update with a fancy UI and menu. I want this game to succeed, I really do. But after 2.5 years from the original showcase, which had more content than this beta does, I don't know. I still hope it does. Sojourn is fun. I like Bastion's rework. Push is an interesting game mode, although not really my cup of tea. I like the new maps. The AI has been improved, they aren't exactly great, but they're now at least passable in tactical ability and can play as almost every hero in the game. I would not be surprised if this was to allow the 4-player campaign to be played in single-player, or 2- and 3-player co-op as opposed to the full 4 players. In fact, I would actively encourage that be done. I hope that's what it is, in addition to the obvious benefits to people learning or wanting to play custom games with buddies. But this was Blizzard's chance to build hype again for Overwatch 2. They could have pulled it to heights unseen with a beta showcasing just 1 or 2 proper campaign missions with a testing version of the new talent system, the new AI, and the new graphics. And don't exclude the PvP because of it. The PvP is an update worth seeing. You satisfy everyone, and you hype the hell out of the game. I do seriously hope that in the coming months we get to see a beta that truly showcases everything this game has to offer, because there should be a lot worth seeing. Overwatch 2 should succeed. This universe that has been in active development since the Titan days deserves it. Let us see the characters that we have been told so many amazing things about come to life in a playable way. There's a lot Overwatch 2 should do. I'll talk about that at some point, I'm sure. But for now, Blizzard, you know what to do.